a transition from a cross Ashi into another position. Okay, we're going to move into a diagonal Ashi. All right, and then from the diagonal Ashi, we're ultimately going to start attacking a different submission than the inside pillar. Okay, we're going to go for a Z-lock. And we're going to talk about what is the value of the Z-lock in the modern leg lock game, where people know the defense of just like that. Okay. So we start off in the cross Ashi. Let's first actually discuss some of the major benefits of the cross Ashi. In my opinion, there's two major benefits of this position. Okay. Somebody asked me on Instagram the other day, what is the most controlling leg entanglement? And if you're not talking about submissions, okay, you're just talking about holding a person, this is the best position. I think there's really no debate on it. This is the easiest position to control someone, I think, in all of Jiu-Jitsu. Okay? When I was living in Singapore, I had a 260-pound Polish powerlifter who was a student of mine. This is the only position I would ever use on him. Okay? There was nothing else I could do. But this, you can control really, really big and really, really strong people. Okay? So let's talk about that first, actually. So when we have this ankle lock, okay, and you grip the knee here, okay, I want you then to go foot to foot with your legs. So we call this position foot to foot. I always say it's kind of like a terrible name because really it's foot to ankle, but regardless, that's what people call it, okay? So we go foot to my ankle, okay, or foot to foot position. And now we're gonna tilt to this side, get your elbow in between the primary and secondary leg, okay? Now, if we're just talking about control, there's no parallel to this. You can hold someone here all day with highly minimal effort, okay? If I'm in a match or I'm in a roll and I'm tired or I'm feeling lazy, I try to get to this position and I will hold the person, okay? You can, there's very few spots in Jiu-Jitsu, especially in Nogi, where you can just catch your breath. This is one of them, okay? So that's a major advantage of this position, okay? A second big advantage is, look at where my feet are. They're on the inside. So it's gonna be really hard for him to counter foot lock me in any way, right? If my legs are on the outside position with your legs, still really valuable. There are advantages to this for sure, right? But one disadvantage is you can counter leg lock, right? There's things he might be able to do, all right? If my feet are on the inside, he just can't do that, right? Not with the same viability. Maybe I do something dumb, like I leave this hanging here and he grabs an ankle lock or something. Maybe he's really strong and he gets that. It's possible. But as long as you're not making very dumb mistakes like that, there's no way he's going to counter leg lock you here, okay? So two advantages of this position: extremely powerful when it comes to controlling a person, and your feet are very safe. So he's not really going to be able to counter leg lock you, okay? The weakness is it's very difficult to transition, okay, from this position where I'm controlling the secondary leg to a heel hook on the primary leg, okay? We call that a leg transfer sequence, where you transfer from a control of the secondary leg to heel exposure on the primary leg. And it's just really, really hard, okay? We could do a whole seminar on ways to do that, and that's worth learning because you will still get a lot of people with it. But at the highest level of the leg lock game, it's a losing game. It's just really hard. You're gonna run into people you just cannot succeed doing that against, okay? So instead, we're gonna focus on moving to another position, which retains most of the same, in fact, I'll say all of the same advantages of this position, and has further advantages that cross Ashi does not have, okay? So we're controlling both legs, okay? One of his legs is controlled by our arm. One of his legs is controlled by our legs, all right? I'm gonna take this right arm, I'm gonna go over the knee, okay? And I bring my chest towards his secondary leg. And I'm going to grip the shin of the primary leg. Okay, so it goes over the thigh of the secondary leg, and I grip the shin, actually this isn't quite the shin, right? More like the inside of the knee right here. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? Get your fingers right here and hold, okay? Try to get your shoulder and your chest somewhere over the knee. So now when he goes to pull it back, right, there's a wedge in his way, right? If at any point he succeeds in popping the knee out, just recontrol the ankle like this, re-grab the knee, pull everything back, okay? Just always, with everything we're gonna look at today, prioritize control, okay? Control leading to the application of submission, right? If I have mount on somebody and I'm trying to get an arm triangle on them, right? The most important thing first is that I keep mount, right? So if at any point the choice is between aggressively moving to the submission or maintaining mount, I'm going to choose to maintain mount. It's the same thing here, okay? So we're here, we're controlling. I go over the knee. Now when you have this grip here, bring your elbow back. It's going to make it a little bit tighter. Now we take this left arm. It's going to go under both legs. Okay, not just one, but both. Okay, now when it's under both legs, start to rock this way with your hips. Take your left leg out. That'll help you get up. Now retract the right arm with the knee. All right. Now take the left arm and go over the ankle of the secondary leg. All right. So now what we did was we just put the ankle of the primary leg over our shoulder. All right. Now I can take this right arm, make a flat hand, go underneath, make a swimming motion to put it to the outside. And what we've just done is we've made a transition to a position called the diagonal Ashi. Okay, so this is identical to the cross Ashi with one difference. The lower half of his primary leg is on the outside of my hips versus the inside. Okay, that's the only difference. Otherwise, it's the same thing, right? And it has all the same advantages. It's still extremely controlling. I'm controlling both legs really effectively. And my feet are on the inside, so he can't counter leg lock me. All right? So I'll just bring this leg up a little bit. Yep, good. All right, so let's look at that transition again. You come over the knee. Don't go here. This is too loose. He's gonna pull the knee back. Yeah, and you risk losing everything. So we come close, go over the knee, and get a good grip on the primary leg. All right? Now my left hand is gonna go under both. Okay? Now from here, don't just move to the ankle lock. Take your left leg out. Get him onto, if you can, get him onto the other hip. All right, now my right arm grips the knee, the back of the knee. Okay? What you're gonna see a lot of the time is he goes to pull the knee towards his chest. That actually helps me. All right, so if we're here, if he goes to pull the knee towards the chest, it's pretty easy to get a hold of the ankle. Okay? So we're here. If he goes to do that, make an ankle lock on the secondary leg. Okay? Now we take our right arm, you kind of lean back a little bit, take your right arm, go underneath with a flat hand, and straighten your arm out, and you make a swimming motion. So again, it's like this. You go underneath, and grip your own thigh. Now come towards him and get your grip on the secondary leg as high as you can get it. Okay, you can like right there, we're gonna choke the hold here, you can do all sorts of things. But just try to get this secondary grip high on the leg, okay? And you're holding here, okay? And just end here, go foot to foot and just hold this position, all right? Now we're in the diagonal Ashi. All right, we're gonna talk about like what is the advantage that this position has over the cross Ashi in a moment, but let's get the transition first, okay? Because I think that's complicated enough. I'm here, okay, I have really good control, but to pass off to that inside heel hook, maybe it's hard, you know, if he knows the defense we just looked at, right? I let go of the leg, I go for the heel, yeah, he turns, it's tough, okay? There's always a window, okay, when I let go of the control of the secondary leg. Actually, I shouldn't say it. There's not always, but almost always there's a window where you can escape, okay? And even if I do this is one of the best things you can do from cross Ashi. Even if I do this, I'm not letting go of the secondary leg, but if he hides the heel, I'm still not getting the heel, okay? So yeah, he's not getting out. This is one of my favorite things to do here because it's a low risk move. If I either get to the heel or I don't, and if I don't, I still have control. So I'm never letting go of the leg, right? But I'm still not getting the submission, okay? So if our goal is ultimately to get to the submission, we may have to leave this position if he knows how to hide the heel really well, all right? So I go over the knee, grip the primary leg, and now we're gonna go under both legs. I tilt him, grip the knee, get control of the secondary leg at the ankle, okay? Now, by the way, guys, when you're here, if at any point you feel like his knee is pulling too hard this way, you've got to re-grip it. We always have to monitor his knee moving towards his upper body. This is a really important concept. I'm always going to re-grip it like so. And look at how I grip it, guys. I put my forearm over the top of the thigh. My wrist is bent. I grip behind the knee. My elbow comes back. So I'm not just gripping like this. I'm creating a wedge here, okay? Does this make sense, guys? This is much stronger than like this. This is helpful. It's better than nothing, but this is way better, all right? Now we come here. I'm gonna make a swim motion. Here, and now don't settle for a low grip on the ankle, climb. Okay, get this arm high. Okay, now we can lean to this side. All right, make sense, guys? Let's give this a try. 1, 2, 3. You okay? Okay.